Go to school anymore. They say, why? Well, because they all laugh at me. Well, don't worry, Nick, it's okay. Don't worry. My parents were religious, so they said, God loves you. And I'm thinking, man, that doesn't help me to say, God loves me. Where is this God? I didn't understand. And I looked at my life and I'm thinking, what kind of job am I going to get? And all these questions started bringing more negativity in my life. And I didn't know what my hope would ever be. So if this book represents my full potential, and I start my journey from over here, encouragement brings me closer to all that I can be. Discouragement takes me away. The same common word between encouragement and discouragement is courage. People look at me and say, wow, Nick, how did you get so much courage? Well, let me show you an example of courage. I'm going to jump off this table and do a backflip and land on the floor, okay? Are you ready? Girls, are you ready? Boys, are you ready? Sparta! Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm kidding. If I did that, I'll break my arm or something, alright? I have no arms and legs, but I have a head, alright? Now for me, encouragement and discouragement, it's a constant war. And my parents always said, Nick, you're beautiful just the way that you are. We love you. Nick, don't worry about what other people say. They constantly planted seeds of love and hope. And I want to tell you parents of teenagers, you know when you tell your daughter, oh, you're beautiful, and maybe she says, of course you're going to tell me I'm beautiful. I'm your daughter. And some teenagers, they put up a do not disturb sign on their door, right? They don't want to talk to you. Your conversations like, so how was school? Boring. What'd you learn? Nothing. Did you do your homework? No. And that's your conversation. But when your teenagers put a do not disturb sign when you're trying to encourage them, respect the sign on the door. And go around the corner and stick your head through their window and say, you're beautiful! Because if you don't plant those seeds of truth and love, then who will? Because of the influence of media, because of our human nature, we continue to compare each other to everyone else. Oh, I wish I had that job. Oh, I wish I had that car. Oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had that. And we're looking for what? We're looking for happiness. You know, before I talk about thriving, I want to talk about surviving. Because I nearly didn't survive. Why? Because seeds of lies were being planted in my mind and in my heart, and I didn't take care of it. I didn't get rid of that. I let it grow and overtake me. You know what is worse than having no arms, no legs? Fear. F-E-A-R. False evidence appearing real. But when you have faith, F-A-I-T-H, full assurance in the heart of what? The truth. The truth, first of all, of your value. So many men, when maybe something's going wrong in our job and we can not supply and provide for our families maybe like we used to, you feel like you're less of a man. I want you to know that my wife, more than an excellent provider, needs an excellent, loving husband. You don't need to just hold her hand, you need to hold her heart. You know, it's not always about money and providing and giving your son the best education. I have a boy, and people ask me, what do I want him to be? And I say, I want for him to be happy. I don't need him to be a CEO. I don't need him to be a speaker. I don't need him to be anyone but him and do what he's supposed to do. I want you to know that my son, more than an excellent college, needs an excellent father. And if it wasn't for the love of my parents who gave me those seeds of love, I would not be here today. Why? Because I started going into depression at age 8. It only takes 3 seconds for someone to bring you down with words. And if you let it grow, it will overtake you. Nick, you're not good enough. Nick, just give up. Nick, you're alone. Nick, you will not get a job. Nick, you'll never get married. Nick, you're not going to be a good father. You can't even pick up your kids when they're crying. Just give up. There is no heaven and there is no hope. Just give up. Just give up. Just give up. No. Just give up. At age 8, I told my mom that I wanted to commit suicide. At age 10, I tried to drown myself in 15 centimeters of water. I only needed that much. That wasn't supposed to be funny, but I can see the funny side of trying to commit suicide in 15 centimeters of water. You guys are good. The first 2 times I tried to roll over. I was trying to work out how much air I hold in my lungs before I let it out. The 3rd time I rolled over, I was stopped by one thought. And the thought was seeing my mum and my dad and my brother crying at my grave. You see, I loved my parents, and one of the reasons why I wanted to give up was because I felt like I was a burden to them. But then I realized that there was something worse than having a limbless child. There was a limbless child who committed suicide. So I decided to stay. Now, could I see my hope? If my hope is represented by that book, if I'm facing this way, I can't see it. Did it move? No. Was Nick going to be a speaker? Yes. An author? Yes. An actor? Yes. A CEO? Yes. A double graduate of accounting and financial planning? Yes. A president and founder of a non-profit organization that's given $500,000 away? Yes. Was Nick going to have this wonderful, bountiful life of joy and peace and strength? Yes. Did I know that? No. Could I see that? No. But just because you can't see it now doesn't mean it's not there. You must have faith to believe in something you do not see yet. You must understand your worth and your value is not determined on your bank account or your achievements. Because at my funeral, they're not going to talk about my success. They're going to talk about who Nick was, not what he did. It's who you are that matters most. And if you don't know the first principle of your value, then you don't know who you are and what you're here to do. You can have arms and legs, but not know what to do with them. I today stand before you complete and lacking nothing. Why? Because I have chosen to believe that there is something more to my life. And everyone is entitled to whatever you want to believe. And another, I've met presidents, I've met billionaires, I've met orphans, and I've met sex slaves that are human trafficked and sold by their parents at age 10. There is not one human being that is more valuable than one other. And I want you to know that you're beautiful just the way that you are. You know, I go in front of elementary school students, and I know there's some teenagers here, and I know some people with gray hair who wish they were teenagers still. But I'll tell you right now, if you're a teenager, you know, you look yourself in the mirror, and you know, even 40, 50-year-old people, they look themselves in the mirror and say, "Oh, look at me," you know. They were a teenager and say, "Oh, look at my pimples," and now they're 50 and say, "Oh, look at my wrinkles." You know, like they're never happy with what they have. And you know, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I was taller, I wish I was shorter, I wish I was more popular, I wish I was more smarter, I wish I was more rich, I wish. What's the point of wishing something that's not there? There is no productivity in that. But I ask these elementary school students, I say, I have a question, guys, and they're like, really? And I said, I said, do you think that I'm cool enough to be your friend? And they're like, oh, yeah! And I'm like, really? And they said, And I said, but I have no arms and I have no legs. That's okay. I said, so you don't care? No. I said, if it doesn't matter for how I look, then why do we tease each other for how we look if it actually doesn't matter? If it doesn't matter for how I look, then why are you so negative about how you look? Why do we stereotype people? Break that chain of life and give yourself a chance. Some of you girls are so insecure about your relationships. You have a boyfriend who emotionally controls you and abuses you, and you think you're not going to get anyone better. Well, if I dump him, then who's going to love me? I'm never going to get anyone better. Well, guess what? If you never give yourself a chance, you're right. You'll never get anyone better. But you deserve better. You deserve to be treated like royalty. My wife and I, we abstained, and I was a virgin until I met my wife. I was, and I'm proud of that. You know, when we look at ourselves, if we don't like ourselves and how we live, well then I need to live like someone else, you know, like you look at your friends and they all swear and you're like, oh, it must be cool to swear, so now I'm gonna swear. Oh, you want to get drunk? Yeah, man, I want to get drunk. You know, all these things, and you sort of conform to what everyone else is doing. They influence you more than you think. But now, because I saved my virginity for my wife, I can now look at my boy and tell him when he's of age that I waited for his mother. What a great example of true love. Anyone's going to love you when you make him feel needed and wanted, but what about a bad day? What about when you go through depression? Are they really going to love you? That's true love. You see true colors when you go through true trials. For me, that's how I knew my wife was going to be my wife. I actually went through a depression just 2 years ago. I share it in my second book, Unstoppable. You see my foot? Again, we all have ups and downs, right? I went through it down. There were some plans in my business that failed. And I told my wife, I said, I'm broke. I have no money. She said, that's okay. I'll get a job and support the both of us. That's a woman I want to be with for the rest of my life. That was amazing. For me, I've realized the choices I make is not just determining what's good or wrong for me, but to determine what's truth and lies. So when the lights come and they say, oh, look at you, you're ugly. That's like the voice of the devil. You can just look at the devil and go, and you turn your back on the devil and come to the truth of knowing that you're wonderfully and fearfully made. Oh, look what happened to you. That was just very bad luck. Oh, you're so unlucky. You're going to be unlucky for the rest of your life. No, all things come together for the good in life. If I take one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time, when I'm on the right path, even the smallest steps, look at these steps. Are these big steps? No, but small steps in the right direction. That's a positive thing. Sometimes you fall down. Hello? So what happens when you fall down? You get back up. Okay. How? You don't know what you can achieve until you try. What if I fail 100 times in trying to get up? Am I a failure? Are you sure? Then why do you sometimes believe that you are a failure? Don't believe you're a failure. That's a lie. You are beautiful. You are here for a reason. And I want you to think of Thomas Edison. What did he do? He invented the light bulb. How many times did he try to invent the light bulb? 10,000 times. How many times was he successful? What? How many times did he fail? What a big fat failure, man. 9,999 times he failed. You know what he said? I never failed 9,999 times. Now I know 9,999 ways in how not to make a light bulb. So point number one, courage, not fear. Courage when you're afraid. Courage is not waiting until you are not afraid. Courage is when you do something even while you're afraid. Point number two, when you fail, try again. Point number three, failure equals education. Some failure costs more than others. I want you to never, ever, ever give up. There are 1 million people in this world every year who commit suicide. Don't give up. Keep on trying. If you have to let a dream die, let that dream die. If I never was a speaker, am I still Nick Vujicic? Yes. Am I still as valuable as a human being? Yes. Can I still be happy if I wasn't a speaker? Yes. So if you need to sometimes let a dream die, don't let that kill you. The door what? Opens. You must believe that then it wasn't meant to be. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. If not, then there is something better around the corner. I choose to believe that I will never be shortchanged. When I give up a dream, I will find something better. So at age 13 was my first turning point, playing soccer, believe it or not. I love soccer. And when you put a full-size soccer ball next to me, it's halfway my height. And one day, I was on the field, and my friend from a very far distance was ready to kick it to me. And he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes!" And I was a little nervous, my knees were shaking. And he gets ready and he goes, boom, boom. This ball is coming right for me. Have you ever had something coming for you and you know that it doesn't matter what you do, you're dead? I had that feeling. And I was like, ah! This thing was coming right for me and I'm thinking, okay man, I'm going to hit the ball before the ball hits me. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe can I headbutt it? It's coming a bit too low. Can I kick it? It's a bit too high to kick. So have you seen The Matrix? I did the coolest Karate Kid kick in the air, Matrix style. I went, and while I was in the air in slow motion, I went, and I went, like that. Thank you very much. And the ball came, hit my foot, and bent it backwards. And I heard I sprained my foot. I need this. I love this. It's so cool. I've got 2 toes so I can do the peace sign. Peace. I can type 43 words a minute on the normal computer. After 2 cups of coffee, 53 words a minute. My foot. I need this. I need this to walk. I need this to drive my wheelchair. I need this for everything. And now, I can't even walk. For 3 weeks, I'm in bed. Do you know what I felt like? Like I was disabled or something. But you don't know what you got till it's gone. Here's the next point. Are we up to point number 4? Yes? Be thankful. You know, stop looking at what you don't have and what you haven't been blessed with and see what you have been blessed with. You know, we're always running after things. Oh, if I can just get there, then I'll be happy. Man, I've seen 8-year-olds who are stressed out. I say, you're stressed out? They say, uh-huh. I said, why are you stressed out? Because my brother is annoying me. And homework is hard. I said, dude, you're not stressed, man. It's just your life. You're just a kid. No, I'm stressed out, man. Right? Then I go to 13-year-olds. Are you stressed? Oh, yeah. I'm so stressed, man. My body's changing and my parents don't understand anything I'm telling them at all. They like get into my life and they want to control me. I'm so stressed. I can't wait till I'm 18. If I can just be 18 then everything's gonna be okay. And then I go to 18-year-olds and I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? We're stressed out, man. I said, why are you stressed out? Well, my girlfriend dumped me. I know we were only together for 3 days, but it still broke my heart. Oh man, I gotta do so good at school because I'm gonna go to university, man. I don't know which university I'm gonna do. Oh my goodness, I'm so stressed out. I don't know what I'm gonna be. If I can just get to university, then I'll be happy. They get to university and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so stressful. High school was nothing. That was easy, man. This is hard, man. You're like really gonna do your homework now. Man, now I gotta find a job. If I can just get a job, then I'll be they get a job, their life. I worked all my life at school to get this boring job and work for him. This guy is like the worst boss in the world. He's stressing me out. You know, some people, they come up to me and say, Nick, you know, I'm single, and I know that I'm going to be happy when I get married. Just talk to some married people. You ask any married person, now look, I'll tell you right now, I love my wife so much. And we are having a fantastic marriage. We've just begun, okay? But I'll tell you something right now. If you're not happy single, you're not going to be happy, what? Married. It's true. It's true. So my question to you is, what are you looking for? Are you looking at the feel of what people think of you? Are you looking at the people you think you would want to be like? Are you hoping for a better future before you're happy? No. I don't know. Because then I'll never be happy. I'm happy today. Why? Because I'm thankful for the things I do have. First of all, money is nothing. A billionaire came up to me, crying on my shoulder, and he said, help me. I said, what's wrong? He said, I have billions of dollars, but I want my daughter back. I said, what do you mean? He said, she's in hospital, and someone teased her at school, and she is convinced that she is ugly. And so she stopped eating for 3 months. She hasn't eaten. We feed her through a tube, and she refuses to get better. Can you get my daughter back? I miss her. Money is nothing. If I give you $1 billion, no, let's turn it around. If you give me $1 billion, I'd be pretty happy, right? Of course I'm going to be happy. They'll be like, yes. But what if my mum dies tonight? No money in the world can bring that back. That feeling, that companionship, that love. Nothing can bring my mum back on this earth. So where's your happiness? What are the 3 dearest things in your life right now? Think of them. What are they? Or who are they? The greatest things in this life are not things. They're people. When was the last time you hugged your family? When was the last time you told your children that you were proud of them? Who have you not forgiven yet? You know, someone hurts you or your family. If you cannot forgive, this life is more than 90 years. And for me in my life, when that teenager hugged me, my life changed forever. I wouldn't receive $1 billion to exchange that moment. To look that girl in the eyes, and I don't know if she's ever been abused. I don't know what she went through in her life, but she looked at me and her life will never be the same again. And when I realized how many more millions of people in the world need to hear that message, I had the courage to fail. You don't need courage to win. You need courage to fail, because many times before you win, you have to fail first. Are you with me? Yes. So, my parents didn't believe in my dream of becoming a speaker. I had a couple obstacles. Here's the next point. Obstacles equals opportunity. I had obstacles that I had no marketing skills. I had obstacles that I wasn't a speaker. I had obstacles I had no invitations. That's a pretty big problem. I didn't want to have a speaking coach. I didn't have money for that. I didn't want to listen to other speakers because I didn't want to steal their content. I wanted everything original and organic. And if it was meant to be, it was going to happen. So what did I do? I didn't get a book either. I hate reading books. I'm sorry. There's only a couple books that I read. I've only read 12 books in my whole life, from cover to cover, and 2 of them were mine. I just don't like books. I can write them, but I don't like reading them. Unless they're very good. So here it is. So I got a long list of schools in my city. And I wanted to ask them if I can speak at their school. So he was the first phone call. What to say, and I am a speaker. Can I come and speak at your school? No thank you. Hang up the phone. Was that a failure? Yes. Am I a failure? No. Did I call back the same school? No. But did I call another school? Yes. Second call. Hi, my name is Nick, and I have no arms and no legs. Huh? I said I have no arms and I have no legs. How are you holding the phone? And I said, I got it here with my shoulder and my cheek. Sorry, I don't believe you. She hung up. I called a 3rd school, a 4th school, a 5th school. I called 14 schools, 25 schools, 37 schools, 43 schools, 48 schools, 52 schools all said no. No. Thank you. The 53rd school, I called. Every no I got. What's failure? Failure equals education. So I got better and better and better. So here's my 53rd phone call. Hello, my name is Nick Vujicic, and I'm a professional motivational speaker, and I was wondering if I can come and speak at your school about bullying, self-esteem, dreaming big, and never giving up. Okay. What do I say now? I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. I was tasting success. And I'm like, man, I'm going to prove my parents wrong. I'm going to be a speaker. This is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I was really happy until I looked at the map. You see, when you call 53 schools, you start calling schools that are not in your city. This school was a 2.5-hour drive. And I said, oh no, how am I going to get there? that's so far away. Like maybe if I start walking now, I'll get there on time. So I didn't want to ask my parents for help. So my brother, he's 16, I'm 19, he's watching TV. Changing channels. I come in the room, I say, hey Aaron! He's like, hey. And I say, Aaron, I got some good news. He said, oh yeah, what's that? I said, there's a school that wants me to speak. Oh, that's nice. You want me to take you, huh? I said, please, Aaron, you don't understand. The teacher at school said, no, Mom and Dad don't believe in my dream. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I have to go. He said, where is it? I said, I have the address written down. I said, it's far away. He said, what do you know what you're talking about? I said, it's like a 2-hour drive. He said, a 2-hour drive? He said, when is it? I said, next Tuesday. He said, no, I can't do it. I said, why can't you do it? He said, I'm busy. I said, you're busy? I said, what you doing? He said, nothing. So my accounting brain was ticking over, you know. So I said, I pay you $50. And he said, okay. So now he's driving the car. And as we get closer and closer to the city that we've never heard of in our life, the houses start disappearing. And he says, who lives out here? He said, did you ask them how many people you're speaking to? And I looked at him and I said, no. He said, what do you mean, no? If I were you, I would have asked him. I'm like, fine. But I'm sure there's going to be people there. He's driving. He's not smiling. He doesn't care. He's getting paid. And he says, so, did you ask him how many minutes you're speaking? And I said, no. We get to the school, I meet with the principal. The principal, she hugs me, I hug her. She says, thank you for coming. I say, thank you for having me. I said, I just have 2 questions. She says, sure. I said, just first of all, how long would you like me to speak for? Now keep in mind, it was 2.5 hours there. The same distance back home. 5 hours, 300 minutes, guys. We thought we'd have you speak for a good 5 minutes. My brother, he laughed. He laughed so hard. And I'm trying to compose myself. I'm like, it's okay, Nick. It's okay, Nick. You know, maybe, just maybe, it's a very big crowd. For 5 minutes in front of a big crowd, it would be a great experience. Okay. How many people are going to be there, do you think? Oh, we're really excited. We got our leaders together. 10 of them. And I died. I was so depressed. I got up on that stage and I put on my big smile. And I did my best to get up there and inspire them and say never give up. At the same time, my voice in my head saying, you're a failure. You're such a failure. You're trying to inspire these people, man, and you totally fail, man. Again, I left it. It rang again. Alright, pick it up. I get the phone. Hello?
Hello, is this Vujicic, the motivational speaker?
Yes, hello, good morning. How can I help you?
We heard that you were a very, very good speaker.
Oh, thank you very much.
We have a school, and I think we're in the same city.
I said, okay, and what can I do for you? Well, we really badly want you to come to our school. We know you must be so busy. But we will do anything to bring you to our school. Please tell me, what do we need to do to have you at our school? And I said, let me check my schedule. So then I did that school, then I got another invitation, I did that school, I got another invitation, I did that school, I got another invitation. You know how many invitations I have today? A week I get 200 invitations. We have 30,000 invitations on file. I've had to say no 28,000 times. How does that happen? Very, very small steps, all in the same direction. So be thankful for what you have. Choose faith instead of fear. Find your purpose to find your courage. Change your obstacles into opportunities. Know that failure is an education and you are not a failure. Dream big. Never give up. And have faith. Faith at the top and faith as the last. The first and the last. Why? Because, man, there are times where all you see are clouds and rain and storms. But it is always a sunny day above the clouds. So don't only just try and hold on. Try and soar above the storm. Did my circumstance change? No. Did my heart change? Yes. Do I have peace? Yes. Was I happy before I met my wife? Yes. Was I happy before I was a speaker? Yes. So if a man without arms and legs can dream big, then so can you. Thank you very much.